I cannot express to you how important of a target it is that we reached on Friday. Let's go ahead and verify what could be happening for the following sessions. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again on this happy Saturday. This is ARCa coming at you with a GTII technicals, raw price action, and statistical thread of analysis. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community and Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's go ahead and dive right into the charts. Okay, you guys, so we're going to go ahead and start off GTII with the 5-day chart here, and we're going to be looking at the ARC Enhanced MACD, which is volatility versus momentum. And in this case, we're looking at volatility represented by the Bollinger Bands here, which is a red cloud, momentum represented by the MACD moving average, and it does feature bull and bear signals as well. Okay, you guys, so what I want to point out here is that we are starting a contraction phase. You can tell by the tightening up of the cloud itself, just like it was over here. Okay, so what I'm doing here is that I've taken note of the regular volatility versus momentum that I've actually done versus volatility versus momentum packaged into one indicator. Okay, so there is it is showing actually some confluence between me and that indicator. Okay, so there are times to where I've actually made a back test and the bull signals alongside with me actually match up not bad whatsoever, right? So in this case, this would be essentially the completion of the 183.05% move to the upside, which by the way has an 88.89% accuracy. Judged on a total of 9 iterations, of which 8 were guessed correctly to the upside, right? So this is tightening up, which usually means that there could be a little more of a consolidation period, slightly bearish, and then we could actually make an upside continuation, okay? So this is actually looking not bad whatsoever. The price action on Friday led to the upside, and I think that is very important to consider in the possibilities and the factor in the probabilities, right? So now on the daily time frame, we can actually see that volatility is now trying to actually expand once again, and in this case we can actually see that the moving average may actually be crossed yet again. The last time we crossed it was right here, and take a look at the price action, right? So you can just see the power, what happens when we're actually coming right back in to the expansion zone, or the critical expansion zone of volatility represented by this indicator BBWP. Please remember that volatility is direction neutral. So we pair that with momentum so that we can gauge that price or direction bias. Just like the enhanced MACD, it does have this momentum average, right? So that we can see which way the momentum is being suggested, up or down, alongside the bull and bear signals. Please go ahead and contact me via DM, and we can go ahead and go over those subscription packages, right, you guys? Okay, so let's go ahead and now move on to the next chart, and this is actually representing a very important area. First of all, on the daily chart, I'm going to make this a little bit clear, but the fact that we actually ended up right at the target that we were talking about, which is right at that resistance of this tiny gap that was formed November 25th to about November 28th, is incredible that we gained that. Not only that, we also converted and succeeded in the converting the 1.618 into a form of support. Okay, so now not only do we have the 1.618 of support, but also the bottom side of our gap, right? So that's also, and then also the top side of our gap. So this is incredible that we can actually convert these things into a form of support. Okay, let's just go ahead and reference some SMAs and see if we have anything below us now. We do have a little bit of resistance coming up on that SMA 10. No problem. The volume coming in actually is not bad whatsoever. Okay, you guys. And now another support line that we do have is actually the 7-day exponential moving average, which is now right below us, as well as the 200-day simple moving average on the daily. So very, very important areas of support thus far. Okay, so let's go ahead and gain some clarity on the fractals, on the time fractal side of the analysis here, so that you can see exactly what I mean by that support. So here is that support from actually the 12-hour chart. I'm sorry, this is the 12-hour chart support from the gap back in August 26th to about August 27th, and you can see that we've succeeded inside of that gap as well. Very, very good stuff. We're inside of it. Now we can actually see this as a support side before continuing on to the upside, right? So let's just go ahead and make sure that we can validate the thesis before continuing on that upside. Okay, you guys. So I need you to notice here that this was the price objective or the path objective that we were looking at, right? We were looking at from around this date, actually this date here. We were looking at a touch of the resistance here, which we obviously got. We were looking at a retracement back from that area to reload the bulls. We actually just moved a little bit further down to that. Great hammer candle before a continuation onto the upside and a validator candle for that continuation. You can see the new candle, the birth of the new candle is actually right over here without any movement at $1.79. Okay, so this is looking pretty good, and it's still moving per our expectations. Okay, so now let's validate the direction. Okay, so now let's move on to the very important part of this video, which would be the RSI. Okay, so before we start the RSI, I need to remind you not to fall for the comments below saying to WhatsApp me, saying to text me, and to put my, they have the phone number right next to the ARCa handle. Guys, I will never put my phone number or contact information or any type of information on my handle. The way you know it's ARCa is that it says ARCA period. That's it. It's just me, ARCa. Okay, so know that I am not trying to solicit you or trying to take your money, guys. I will never ask you for your wallet information. I will never ask you for any of that. Neither will the members of the ARCa Bulls team either. Okay, you guys, I need you to be very careful with those crooks. They're trying to take your money. Also, no, I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy or sell any assets whatsoever. Okay, you guys, I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be just fine, right? All right, so let's continue on the analysis here with the RSI, and this is going to be in the immediate short-term time frame, 30-minute, and we are looking at some very bullish positioning here. Please notice that your RSI signal is very well within the bull strength percentile, and not only that, it is also in the gravitational pull of the bull strength percentile, with a hint from the 14-day simple moving average towards that upside, and also serving as a support below us. Okay, so this is literally telling us that we can actually continue on to the upside if sentiment so feels that. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the 4-hour. We're looking at a little bit of consolidation here. We do have the support line right before, the support moving average right below us, which is very good. Usually when we're in these, in the lower end of the gravitational pulls, this means that we can actually be pulled to the side and then actually face support from not only the previous zone's gravitational area, but also from the 14-day simple moving average. So this is pretty good. Okay, so now notice the juice coming in here in the 8-hour RSI. We have made a very important cross above that 14-day simple moving average, and now we can actually use this as a form of support, just like we said here for the 4-hour iteration. Okay, so this is good. We can now face two areas of support before coming down, before continuing on to that upside. Please know that this doesn't live out as fast. It is an 8-hour period, still short term, but not bad. Okay, so now let's go ahead and refer to the daily. And please take a look here that the daily is pivoted straight to the upside outside of the gravitational zone, where we can face some danger to the downside. We do have that resistance coming up right at that 14-day simple moving average. So we'll go ahead and go over that target soon enough. The 3-day is still suggesting an upside continuation, a little bit of consolidation because of the RSI signal not pivoted towards the upside or downside. We are getting that hint from that 14-day simple suggesting a continuation onto the upside. The 5-day is also a little bit of consolidation as well. So considering the daily range between the RSI signal and the 14-day simple, let's go ahead and see. Okay, so there are, you know what, let me go ahead and just start off with a new fib. I mean, it's still good that we have these fibs in line, but I think it's been enough time for us to consider a new direction, right? No pun intended. So let's just go ahead and take that into account here. Okay, so right off the bat, I can actually see that the 1.618 is right above us, in line with the opening of this candle here and the support line of this candle wick low, and also the opening of this candle right over here, right at the 618, right? And also the lower end of this candle here, and just upside of this gap. Okay, so there is a high potential that we can actually make it to that 1.618. Let's go ahead and add our SMAs and see what we have in line here. Okay, also with the EMAs. The EMA is very important. We do have a support right below us. We have both the 30-period and 7-period exponential moving averages acting as support. And let's see what the SMAs are saying. Very important here. Take a look at that SMA 100. Let's go ahead and make it just a little bit of a brighter color so that you can understand exactly what's going on here. So here we go. Okay, so we have that SMA 100 landing right in in conjunction with that one spot 618, right? So this is very likely an area that we can actually find some resistance before coming back down and testing our current highs as a support before continuing on to the upside, and or testing the support line of the gap that we're looking at from back over here. Okay, you guys, so where the heck was it? Sorry, it's just the moving averages are being a little silly, right? But yeah, so we do have a support here, guys. It's no problem. I'm sorry, I actually can't find that damn gap. I think it was, we moved upside of it. We said it was upside of it, and we have it as support. So just in case we need to come back and support it, that's what we were talking about. We can use that $1.85 zone, which is absolutely in line with the $1.85 zone of the 1 spot 272. Very much correlated together, which can actually serve as a validator before continuing on to that upside. Okay, you guys, I need you to go ahead and refer to the links in the description below, where you'll find a Twitter, the Discord, and also you'll find my email in the About section of the profile here in YouTube, where you can reach out to me regarding the indicators or any questions you have. Okay, I know that there's a lot of people trying to message me. I'm trying to return the messages as fast as humanly possible, but I said humanly possible, but rest assured, guys, that I'm trying my best and will eventually get to you as soon as possible. Okay, the secondary target that I would like to actually express would be right here at the SMA 200. Now that I'm looking at it, very much in line with the gap that we're looking at from here to here. Okay, you guys, so very important targets here, as that actually is approaching the 2 spot 618. The more than likely target would honestly be that SMA 100, but with a FOMO push, you can absolutely land in that 2 spot 618 at about $2.13, between 210 and about 213, where the SMA 200 is. Okay, you guys. So with that said, I wish you well a very, very good weekend, actually the rest of your weekend, and I will catch you at the bell on Tuesday. Adios.